Hi, welcome to my channel, CBSE Academy. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment on this sessions. If you want one-on-one sessions, you can go ahead. Now let's look into clauses part 2. Today we are going to learn about structure of clauses. What are sentences? The types of sentences, the kinds of sentences, simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. Today, let's see about what is a simple sentence. A sentence with one subject and one verb in the predicate part is called a simple sentence. It has only one principal clause. It has no subordinate clause. If you look into the examples, it has only one finite verb and in one predicate. What a beautiful structure. The earth moves around the sun. Here the verb is moves around the sun. Where can I find you? All these are called as the principal clause. Now let's look into what is a compound sentence. A compound sentence is nothing but which has more than one main clause, and these clauses are joined by coordinating conjunctions. That is, it can have two main clause, independent clause and independent sentences, but they are joined by the words, coordinating words or connectors such as and, but, yet, still, so, therefore, or, otherwise, although, neither nor, either or, not only but also, etc. As each main clause has equal status and are joined by coordinating conjunctions, they are called as coordinate clauses. In the given sentence below, but and are, all these are coordinators. Let's look into the example. She's a dancer, but she is not a singer. She is a dancer, principal clause. She is not a singer, principal clause. So two independent clause, they are joined by the coordinating word, that is the connector, but. So it can also be called as a coordinate clauses. Varun worked hard and passed the examination. Pass the examination, Varun worked hard. Both are independent clause, but joined by coordinating clause, that is the and. Like that, if you look into the sentences, what are complex sentences? A sentence which has one main clause and one or more subordinate clause. It is called as a complex sentence. Subordinate means dependent clause. So when we look into the sentence, we know that the earth moves around the sun. In this sentence, we know is a principal clause, and that the earth moves around the sun is a subordinate clause. This is the city where I was born. Here, this is the city is the principal clause. Where I was born is depending on the city. So this is called as a subordinate clause. He took a metro train lest he should miss the train. So now he took a metro train as a principal clause. Lest he should miss the train as a subordinate clause. So complex sentence has one main clause and one or more subordinate clause. That is the dependent clauses. So you have to make a note here. A complex sentence may have more than one subordinate clause. For example, we all know that God helps those who help themselves. In this sentence, we all know is a principal clause. And the sentence has a two subordinate clauses. That is that God helps those is one subordinate clause one, and who help themselves is subordinate clause. A complex sentence. Let us see the distinction between a complex sentence and a compound sentence. A complex sentence may have two or more than two subordinate clauses. A compound sentence may contain two or more than two coordinate clauses, but a simple sentence has only one independent clause. Let's look at the graphical representation of the complex sentence. We rested when evening came. Here, we rested is a principal clause and the subordinate clauses when evening came, because it is depending on when they have rested or when they have come. Now look at the graphical representation of a complex sentence. When I heard the news, I ran to congratulate my friend who had won the national award in singing. It's a big complex sentence. If you can divide it and see, in this, the principal clause is, I ran to congratulate my friend. Independent it is. The dependent clause or the subordinate clauses, when I heard the news, it is not independent. It is depending on something else. The second one, subordinate clauses, who had won the national award in the singing. This is again a dependent clause. Only independent clauses, I ran to congratulate my friend, which is not depending on anything. If you can look into the graphical representation of a compound sentence, work hard or you will fail. When you look into this, work hard is a simple sentence, that is a principal clause. You will fail is a simple sentence, that is a principal clause. But these two are joined by the word or, that is the coordinating word conjunction. So here, compound word has two independent clause, but joined by the word are. Now let us look at the graphical representation of a compound sentence which has three coordinate clause. Men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. This is a very famous one from the group poem, which I have taken as an example. Here, men may come is a simple sentence, coordinate clause. Men may go is a simple sentence, that is a principal clause. I go on forever. Again, it is a principal clause. So, three principal clause which are independent but are joined by and but. And these are the words. And but. And they are the coordinating words. So, graphical presentation of a compound sentence, if you look into, we asked her where she had lost her book. In this sentence, if you can divide, it is divided into two coordinate clauses. How? We asked her where she had lost her book. This is first coordinate clause, and this is a complex sentence because we asked her is a principal clause. Under that subordinate clauses where she had lost her book. So it is considered as a complex one. The second part, if you take it, but she refused to answer. Here, she refused to answer is an independent clause, but it is again joined by the coordinating word but. So a compound sentence has different kinds of combinations. So if you look into a compound sentence, he says what he means, and he means what he says. In this sentence, if you can look into, he says what he means what he says. Both are the coordinate clause. And in this, if you can divide and see, he says what he means is a complex sentence because he says is a principal clause. What he means is a dependent clause or a subordinate clause. The other part, if you see, he means what he says is a complex sentence. He means is the principal clause, and what he says is the subordinate clause. So let's see if you have understood the concept of identifying the sentences. How do you identify the type of a sentence, whether it is a simple, compound, or complex? First, count the number of dependent clause and independent clauses. In a simple sentence, it has only at least one independent clause. A compound sentence has at least two independent clauses. A complex sentence has at least one dependent clause and at least one independent clause and two dependent clauses. Now, check yourself whether you have understood this concept. Identify the types of sentence. I was eating the fruit. I was eating the fruit when it was raining. The students were bored in the class, but they tried to be attentive. Now, let us look at the solutions with the explanation. I was eating a fruit. Here, when you look into only one independent clause, a complete meaning. So it is a simple sentence. I was eating a fruit when it was raining. So it's a complex sentence because it has one independent clause and one dependent clause. Right? I was eating a fruit is an independent clause. When it was raining is a dependent clause. So it is a complex sentence. When you look at the compound sentence, the students were bored in the class. They tried to be attentive. Here, two independent clauses are there, and it is being joined by the word connecting, coordinating word but. So it is called as a compound sentence. Though the dog slept under the tree, it was given food. Here, it is a complex sentence because it was given food is an independent clause. And though the dog slept under the tree is a dependent clause. It is depending on when it was given the food. Fifth sentence, Raj is too weak to lift the box. It's a simple sentence. Only one independent clause is there. So sixth sentence, I have to work hard or I will not pass in the exam. Again, it is a compound sentence. Why? Because it has two independent clause and it is joined by a coordinating word or. So I think you have understood very well. So if you are comfortable and if you like this video, please subscribe, and comment. If you need one-on-one sessions, please mail me to vgrecha45@gmail.com or contact 9535609928. Thank you.